Welcome to the Inspiration Station hosted by Joshua Lenox, the place to fill up your tank if you're in need of encouragement and motivation.
Hey, y'all. It is August the 1st, 2025. This is the Inspiration Station. Y'all know what we do over here. We do what? We upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Y'all, welcome to a new month. August the 1st is the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay, I'm back. Y'all just kind of had a flashback, Bone Thugs and Harmony, just kind of made me feel real good in my spirit, in my shana now. But anyway, welcome to Friday, y'all. I know you've already been in your days. You've already started those things. I know your day has been absolutely excellent and phenomenal, no matter what kind of obstacles or challenges that you are facing or have faced. But this just continue to show you how much strength you have and how much resilience you have and how you're able to pivot in hard times, or how you're able to remember that you have more than you know. You're capable to do more than you know. So welcome everybody. I want to say much love to everybody on YouTube Live right now, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, Instagram Live, and all the beautiful listeners out there on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and Audible. So I hope that you all have had a expeditious week. I'm pretty sure it's gone by fast like mine. I'm hoping that it's gone by fast. Some of y'all probably like, no, it's dragging. A lot of people are getting ready to go. Kids are about to go back to school. Even in colleges and things of that nature, teachers are returning back to work. Want to just thank God for all of our educators out there, because they are literally the foundations of tomorrow's leaders. I think they should be getting paid a lot more. I think all of y'all can say amen to that. They should be getting paid much more for all the things that they do, since they do wear more hats than just being an educator. Some of them are parents, counselors, police officers. I mean, the list can go on, nurses, everything. But just to get into things really quick, if this is your first time, I just want to say welcome here. Glad that you are here, and I know that you will return. And to all of you who have continued to be here on the Inspiration Station, so glad to see you. And also, I know it's glad to see me. You're glad to see me and glad to hear me too, right? But I want to say thank you to everybody who has been subscribing, also people who are sharing. And again, I think something's going on YouTube where it's just like things are increasing. And just let that just be something to all of you all. Sometimes when you get started with something, you really don't know how this is going to turn out. You don't know how things are going to go, and you might think like, I don't know, I want to wait until certain things are in a better place or whatever. Just get started. You never know what God is going to do, or He's going to put in your hands, or who He's going to have come to help you, or who He's going to have to be drawn to what you have to give out or pour out. So just get started in any way. It doesn't need to be in perfect conditions. It doesn't need to be, there is no right time. Just get started. So I want to appreciate all of you all on every platform for sharing and continuing to engage. Thank you for all the feedback I get sometimes too. I just want to appreciate that and love on you all for that, and appreciate the love that you're giving me. Again, what is the Inspiration Station? We're just going to jump right in. The Inspiration Station is literally a nickname I was given, but it was something that was told to me that I was a person like a radio station, that I would send out signals. It's like I had messages that people needed to hear, and it's like I knew they needed to hear, which I did not know specifically. That speaks to what God does through each and every one of us, that we have no idea why we're saying certain things sometimes, or why we're speaking certain things, but it's just his way of using us if we're available and desiring to let him have his way in our lives. So, but the Inspiration Station is not just Joshua Lennox. The Inspiration Station is also you, because each and every person who has crossed your life, you have been the inspiration to. I don't care if it was even a hater, somebody who didn't even like you, your enemy. You inspired them in some way, and it's probably why they didn't like you. But also, you are a great inspiration to yourself. There have been so many stepping stones and milestones in your life that you can refer back to, even as I'm speaking right now, to say, you know what, I can reach back to that and remember that I can still be more than a conqueror. I can still do anything I put my mind to, that there's nothing too hard for me to accomplish, or for me to overcome. I can do it. I've done it before, and this might be at a different level, and it might be a little tougher, but I'm still highly capable to do so. So I also want to say that the Inspiration Station is where we learn to be open, honest, and vulnerable, not just with each other or with others, but also with ourselves. Sometimes that relationship we have with ourselves is the one that's most neglected, or the one that's most unidentified at times, because we tend to connect more so with others, or we can connect more with others than we tend to make sure we're laser focused and connecting with ourselves. But being open, honest, and vulnerable with ourselves makes us be the most authentic and genuine version of who we are and who we present our, how we present ourselves to the world and who we present to the world. So this is a place also where you'll see other people come on who will be interviewed. Y'all, the people right now are booked and busy, but we got some good people lined up. People from near and far, people who you've been admired by from a distance, whether you've seen them on television or you listen to their music every day, seen them on the big screen, whatever, or even just people who you've never heard before or you've never seen before, never met before. But everyone is a superstar, not just to me, but I hope that you also have that mentality that never looking down on anyone because they're not at the status or level that you are, or not the status and level that you see uh, uh, big people, as we call them, big people at, because again, we want to always honor and respect people who have climbed the ladder and they are doing major things, wealthy. And again, wealth is not just money, but wealthy, high status, public figures, or people who have huge platforms. That is, we want to honor that, but also remember that all of us are special and unique, especially to God. And He does not look at status in that way, because we want to make sure that we're all looking at each other through a lens of saying, I see the greatness in you, and it doesn't need to look like my greatness to know that you're great. So that's the thing on here. And what I want to kind of jump into something really quick on this Good Friday. I'm gonna let y'all get back to your weekend. I know. Some of y'all are like, I've been waiting on Friday. Some of y'all is probably not Friday. It might be your Thursday. I don't know. Some might be your Monday. I don't know. But I just want to say I want to thank you all for joining with me and being here with me. Continue to send your feedback. I appreciate that because we all need to remember that we're all improving and growing in some area. And also to let people know what you're getting from what they're providing to you, what they're giving to you. I think that's important. That's how we grow and that's how we improve. And it's also how we're able to change our own perspective about what we do. So, what I wanted to talk about really quick, just for a few moments. I know I always say quick and y'all be like, yeah, Josh, you finna talk for a minute. But what I want to say is don't abort what you're about to give birth to, or don't abort where you're birthing. Don't abort, y'all. Don't abort what you're birthing. What I mean by that, and I want to kind of go ahead and just jump into it, is there are things that God has a quote unquote impregnated us with. There are things that He's placed within us. Certain, I like to say, jewels. We're the treasure chest that He's entrusted, and He's put a lot of jewels in us, a lot of treasure in us that He's got to birth out to the world because this is something that we were put here to do. Just like we know that. He already knows the plans for our lives. So it's like there's some things he needs you to orchestrate. There's some things you need to do. And I want you to kind of go with me because you think about pregnancy, it's like you have something inside of you that is growing over time. And usually when you get to like the third trimester, that's because the first 3 months are usually the most critical, most crucial, where you want to be very sensitive, very mindful of what you're doing. So again, I want you to just think about the beginning stages of when certain things are developing inside of you, how that might be very crucial. You need to watch what you're doing, watch what you're saying, watch how you're moving, watch how you're what you're eating, while making sure you're taking care of yourself really well because of something that you're about to steward. You've been trusted with it. But also after those 3 months, usually, people like to talk about it when they're about to have a baby. Now they can tell family, now they can tell friends, they tell people really close to say, hey, I'm expecting, whatever. So that might be even the case for you. There's certain things that are people close to you where you're able to get, once you get past that crucial development of whatever you're going to birth to the world, you might be able to start telling a few people. You might even start telling people because now they want to be able to assist you for the remaining 6 months of what you're carrying. And again, I don't want you to get caught up so much on the time frames literally with pregnancy because sometimes that might be 6 years for you. Maybe that first trimester in your life is the first 3 years of those the first 3 years. Then you're able to discuss this with other people. But just stay with me. But as you are continuing to carry these things in you, you start to expand. And now you get uncomfortable. Now you start feeling discomfort as the time continues to go on. You start to feel ways you've never felt before. You start to even know that you can be stretched in ways. Follow with me, just like a body. You start to get stretched in ways that you never imagined. And I mean, it's uncomfortable. It's something that's unusual. You have never experienced this before. And it seems like the more time is passing, the more discomfort is coming, the more you're having to adjust. You even have to walk differently. Y'all stay with me. You have to walk differently. You have to take better precautions. You're not able to do all the things like you used to do because you're carrying something that's of great magnitude, and you have to make sure you're being a good steward of it. So this is going to require a new you for a moment that you've never experienced. And as you get closer and closer, we know when we get to that 9 months, sometime, once that water breaks, that's signifying to you, hey, this thing is on the way. The water done broke, so you need to get ready. And then here come the contractions. And it seems like, a lot of times when we're getting closer and closer to birthing something to the world and we're able to produce that, whatever that is, y'all, whether that's an idea, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a friendship, whether that is a new you, whether that's a business, whether that's an invention, whether that's an idea. I think I said idea already, but an idea, whether that is, I mean, it could be anything. You fill in the blank with that. I don't want to kind of limit you on anything, but whatever you feel like you're trying to birth, it could literally be a baby too. But what are your babies in your life that you recognize that are going to require you to go through a process that's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to be something that is going to stretch your faith, stretch your literally probably stretch your mind, stretch your body, the way you think about things. And also when you get to when that water breaks and you start to have these contractions, it's like, this is a pain I've never experienced. Why, when I get to the end of this, or when I'm about to deliver this, now I'm starting to get the most excruciating pain. It feels like, when a woman is getting that close to getting ready to deliver, even when that it's time to push, and those contractions are trying to get that baby here. That's why the pain is coming. It's like the baby's on its way, but again, why is this causing so much pain? This is something I've been carrying and holding. I've been discomforted. And now that I'm about to see it, it's hurting worse. So think about sometimes even in your life when you've been about to birth something and you like, I'm almost to the quote unquote finish line, and it hurts like it's hurt that I've never felt before. Maybe the contractions are losing friends, family members turning against you. Maybe that's deception. Maybe that's you losing things. Maybe you lose your job. Maybe you get put out. You have to move at the last minute or something like that. I mean, just think about anything. A crisis comes up. It's like, as I'm getting closer to developing, producing something that I've never seen with my eye yet, all of this pain is coming, but it's to help get what's in you out of you. So I think about this too. I've been in some delivery rooms with some people, and it's not pretty. But and that's the thing. At the end of this, it might not be pretty. This was requiring you start to see blood. You start to, again. Now I'm being stretched again. But then at this point, you have people there who are assisting you. They're trying to talk to you. They're trying to coach you. They're pushing you, helping you get through this process of excruciating pain. And you have people who are standing by, nurses. You have the doctor in there. Everybody's on the lookout. Everybody's monitoring you. Everybody's watching you. So this could be those quote unquote midwives, those people who are standing in your life that are going to help you through this painful time to help you get what's in you out of you. But it's amazing to me that when the baby gets here, when finally the baby's out, you hear this crying, you hear no noise, usually crying, but you don't see the baby first. Those people who are helping you sometimes see the baby before you do. And let that be a revelation too, that sometimes, maybe not with the natural eye, but sometimes other people around you see the greatness that you carry within you. And then when it's time for you to birth it, they might even see it before you are about to actually manifest that, or you're about to deliver it. And then you forget about the pain after. It's amazing how you watch the baby be put back into the mother's arms in the delivery room, and it's like they forget about all that excruciating pain they had. And I hope that many of you who are in your birthing season right now, or that you've already birthed something, that once that baby arrives, whatever that is, and sometimes you might have twins, you might have multiple things, might be triplets, might be quadruplets, whatever. You have all of these things coming at you maybe at the same time, but once it arrives, you forget about the pain and you feel the joy of what you've been carrying so long. And it doesn't have to be in months, it could be years that you've been carrying this. I often think about Mary in the Bible when she was told that she was going to carry Jesus. If somebody's telling you about to carry, the Son of God, the one that everybody been prophesying to come, you were like, you are crazy. But think about if somebody's telling you, or even the Lord telling you, the things that you're going to birth to the world. Maybe it's music, maybe it's a certain position that nobody's ever seen before. And again, it could be just that you're birthing a new you, you're birthing an invention. And again, I don't want to limit it, but it could be so many different things that you have within you that need to come out. Maybe it's a book. I know I said I wasn't going to going to say, but it could be a book, it could be a song, it could be a broadcast, it could be a television station, it could be anything that's in you that needs to come out. A law, a new rule, a new regulation, whatever that needs to be, a bill that needs to be passed for certain things, whatever that is within you. it's going to be something that is going to take time to develop, and it's going to, but when it comes and you get closer to the end, it's going to be something that's probably excruciating right before you deliver it. But thinking back to Mary again, somebody's telling you, what if the Lord tells you that you have things in you that you're going to produce? And it's almost like you could just scratch your head and be like, yeah, no. For a minute, I'm sure Mary was like, yeah, no. And even in the word, you see, she was kind of like, but then she started to rejoice to know that she would be counted as a blessed person to carry such a huge package. That's a huge package to deliver to the world, and a huge responsibility. But she counted all joy just as much as you should. There are so many things that you've already birthed into the world, but there's still more for you to deliver. So if you've been going through some excruciating pains, that must mean that it's something that's about, it's time for you to birth it. It's time for it to come out of you. And maybe the only way it's going to come out is if you're uncomfortable and if you are experiencing these contractions. And some of you, I'm pretty sure you have. And think back to about 9 months from today and see what maybe has been developing you, and maybe it's time for that to come out of you. Maybe that's why you're in those having those contractions right now. Don't be limited just to those months as we talk about technical pregnancy, but also think about what have been some things over a course of time that you've seen developing in you. And it's like, okay, I feel it more and more. It's growing, it's growing. I am out of my own comfort zone. I am not feeling like I used to feel. I am being stretched. And I know that my water's about to break. And I know that I'm about to put something out here into the world that's gonna come through some show enough trying through my body, through my mind, my heart, everything, my mind, thoughts, will, and emotions, but it's gonna be worth it once I produce it to the world. Because when it comes out, I'm gonna almost not even think about that pain because I'm so glad it's finally here. And now I have to take care of this because I've been trusted with it. So I have to take care of it and realize that I'm probably gonna need people around me that are safe to help me help with the development of it, whatever that is. And I think about, you have to cut the umbilical cord and things of that nature because of and I want to think about some things you have to detach as this baby is now, because it's not just going to be nurtured solely from the person who produced it, but now it doesn't even, it's almost like you don't think about it sometimes, but what you birth to the world doesn't just belong to you. What you birth to the world does not just belong to you. There are other people that are going to have their hands in quote unquote raising this baby that you just delivered. So, why I say don't abort what you're about to birth is because sometimes we can think that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, we're not deserving. Oh, I can't bring this out in the world because, what is that going to do? I'm not able to, I don't even think I should be carrying this. Somebody else should be carrying this. So, let's just cut this out. I don't even want to get to the first trimester because it's and now even now it's becoming too hard for me. This is something I'm not willing to go through. God could have gave this to somebody else, and it's like, well, no. How many times in your life have you aborted certain things that you should have carried out to delivery? What if this is another chance sometimes where God is saying, okay, let's try this again. I want you to complete this process. Come on and complete these 9 months because this is something that I only want to come through you. He only wanted Jesus to come through Mary. So there's some things that a lot of things God only wants to come through you, and He's trusted you with that. But let's not count ourselves out. Let's not forfeit it because of our own fears, our own insecurities, or our own irrational beliefs. And let me say something. When we talk about insecurities, there is not just a insecure person. Sometimes we always say, well, that person's so insecure. It's not that that person's insecure. That person has insecurities in certain areas, just like we all do. We all have insecurities in some area. I don't put anybody on a pedestal. Don't think that somebody is so highly up or somewhere, so they appear so confident and things of that nature. You have no idea what people are challenged with every day and what they have to conquer or what they have to walk through and fight through every day. So we don't want to allow certain insecurities, certain fears, certain irrational beliefs and things of that nature to cause us to abort something that we've been chosen to birth. So let's just remember that. I know a lot of people who are watching me are people who are innovative, people who make history, people who do things for the first time. Also, people who are very productive, who never give up. They fight, and they have a lot of courage. They're brave, even with their knees buckling. So if you've been trusted to carry whatever it is, let me say this: if God trusted you to carry it, you have the capacity to fulfill it. If God trusted you to carry the things that He's put in you, you have the capacity to fulfill it. So just remember that as you are continuing to make your vision boards and brainstorming and looking about things and dreaming and having visions and all these things that you want to do, some things are not going to be outside of you. Some things you're going to have to produce. So just want to kind of wrap this up, but just want to remind you again, we're not going to abort what we're birthing. Don't abort what you're birthing because it's needed. Not, and again, it doesn't just belong to you, and it's not just about you. Think about when you birth when women out there, when you birth a natural child, that child does not just belong to you. It has a family, and as it continues to grow, it has to go to school. So again, that child is going to school, so that's under the teacher's the care. As they begin to get older, they're getting friends. They're being put into certain organizations, sports, things. So now all these other people have a role in their lives. And so again, this child does not just belong to you. And whatever it is that you have inside of you that's been stirring up and that's been growing and that's been developed, it's time to keep on doing all the necessary steps it is to ensure that this baby in you is healthy and developing well, and that you're doing all you can to steward it well, because it's time, and before you know it, it's going to be time to push. And when that pain starts to come, sometimes people don't have it. Sometimes it's water breaking, it's an immediate delivery, and they don't even feel it. Maybe that might be your case. There's some things maybe you've delivered and don't even realize it right away. You delivered it but it came so fast. It's like, I didn't even really feel a thing, but now look at what I'm doing. So don't abort what you're birthing. You have been trusted with treasure, and everything that God has put inside of you, if He's put it in you to birth, He's giving you the capacity to fulfill it, and you're going to carry it well. And just remember, allow people who are safe, those people who are going to be sent to help you, those midwives or just people as you go along to help in the development of this child, you're not in it by yourself. You don't have to raise this child, quote unquote child, all by yourself. But in some cases, it might start that way. All right. So again, happy Friday to all of you, to all my pregnant people, all of you people who have been impregnated with greatness. That the world is going to definitely see, and that you need to see for yourself. And I think one of those things I just mentioned about sometimes you may be birthing a new you, and what you're internalizing is the things that you are finally needing to see, what's being developed in you. So then when it's produced, when you deliver it, you're delivering a new you that you've never seen before. Because with this baby, you feel it. It's been in you for this time, but you have not met this baby. You have not met it with your natural eye yet. And again, we're going to hear it before we see it. Just like a baby, we hear the baby before we see it. So you're going to hear what you're delivering before you actually see it. So I hope that you all have an amazing Friday evening. As always, you know where to find me Friday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the Inspiration Station, where we upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Please remember that you have always been great. You're just getting better. You've always been great. You're just getting better each and every day, even if you don't notice it. And if anything, ask God to start giving you a tracking record. Maybe start reflecting over things even at the end of your day or something, or at the end of your week. Spend this time even after we meet with these wisdom nuggets to think back over your week and say, how have I improved? Let me kind of reflect and see where some areas where I still need to grow in. We all need growth. We all need improvement, but just don't negate how far you come. Don't negate how well you're doing. Give yourself space for grace. I say that all the time. Give yourself space for grace. You're doing an amazing job. It's no need to beat yourself down. It's okay to give yourself constructive criticism. That means building yourself up in things that you need to work on or things you need to change actively. You've always been great. You're just getting better. I love y'all. Please continue to share out these Friday moments with us. Continue to share. Continue to watch, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate all the love I'm getting out there. And again, y'all, this is for us. This is not just about Joshua Lenox at all. This is about all of us and the things that we are all needing to impart into one another to become the most optimal and authentic person that we are and what we've been created to be. So spread love more than ever. More than ever, y'all. We need unity now more than ever. And I think I'm not the only one who can see that, right? So see y'all next Friday. Be safe. Please stay out of trouble. Please stay out of trouble. Hear me clearly. And thank you all for not being on CNN for doing anything outlandish. And I will see you next Friday. Love y'all much. And I will see you next week. Bye.
Thanks for watching the Inspiration Station with Joshua Lenox. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.